you ready?
I am 100% ready.
Okay, here we go. So for those of you who know me, Dr. Bob Lieb at Rosemont Chiropractic, I have with me today Dr. Greg Armstrong, the creator of the Total Health Transformation Program.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've known Greg for a long time as a chiropractor. We've been in seminars together, we've lectured together, we taught together. He has come in and helped out, take care of patients in my office on occasion, and covered for me when I'm out teaching and lecturing. He does a lot of teaching and lecturing as well. Teaching and lecturing.
A little bit of that too.
And so he's very respected. I look up to him. He's very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
We're honored to have a moment of his time and his busy day from coaching and helping other patients towards moving towards health, becoming healthier. And from seeing him speak in the past, I couldn't shake this. Like I would have this one question in my head, how everybody is so stressed out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't think of another guy to go to and really talk about some of the questions and information and misinformation that's out there to try and guide my patients to, and our whole community, if anybody wants to eventually share some of this information too, but our whole community should be healthier. And understanding that, we're all being tested right now on many, many different levels. So the one thing that comes to mind, Greg, is when I've heard you speak about this chronic state of heightened stress response. And I think have I said that right?
Yeah, 100% correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
So can you just give me a little, for the people who have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, just kind of give us a little background to that?
Yeah, sure. I'd be glad to. So all right. So first let's talk about the stress response, right? And within our bodies, right, this is innate intelligence. Nothing happens by accident. We have a stress response that does occur in our bodies, and short term, it can serve us, right? In short term isolated incidences, it can help us. Like I'll give you an example, right? Say if you're getting chased by a dog, right? You want that stress response. You want your body to kick into fight or flight and to really kick into survival mode, right? And it serves a very, very important purpose in that instance.
I've been there.
Now, have you really? I've never been chased by a dog, but I have. But right, you get my drift. So, okay. So now fight or flight kicks in. You make it wherever you happen to. You could jump over a fence. You make it into your house, right? And you're safe. So once that instance is over, your body will then, it will return then to normal. Right? Out of fight or flight, you calm down, things return to normal. What a chronic state of a heightened stress response is your body stays stuck in that fight or flight, in that state of overdrive, and it never really leaves it. All right. So during that response, short term, necessary adrenaline, cortisol flood your body, and it serves a purpose. But when you stay stuck in that state, adrenaline, cortisol, all those stress-related hormones, and your body stays stuck in overdrive. And, listen, being alive here on planet Earth, even before, COVID-19, but even before that, the world we live in has a lot of stressors in it, gosh, relationships and life and, just day-to-day things, right? I mean, we've all got our own stressors in our lives, but right now, that's being magnified significantly, to say the least.
Agreed.
So even before this, a lot of people were living in this chronic state, stuck in this heightened, exaggerated stress response state. And now lately it's been really, it's been amped up quite a bit. So that's that chronic state of heightened stress response.
So we're talking about the body releases this adrenaline and cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes certain situations is good.
Right.
And others, if the body maintains that constant state of adrenaline and cortisol releasing, then it can potentially do harm and damage to the body, correct?
Big time. Yeah, big time.
Go into And I've lectured many times on, a lot of health conditions that we deal with. We come up with a name of a pathology, whether it be heart disease or diabetes or Alzheimer's. But a lot of those diseases all are based in chronic stress and
Yeah,
inflammation in the body that
hmm
comes from that. So
hmm
tell me, in your words, how this chronic affects, give me some details on how it breaks down the body.
Right, right. Well, listen, this isn't exactly alert the media kind of news. I mean, if stress is often referred to as the silent killer. You know,
Right.
uh, it is well known, very well documented that the vast majority of doctor visits to all kinds of doctors, the vast majority of those have a lot of their roots in stress. All right, so how does stress affect the human body? How does it break down human health? Well, it attacks, there's a couple of key systems that it attacks. One of the main systems that it attacks, the neuromusculoskeletal system, causing subluxation, right?
Right.
It affects the immune system. Cortisol, adrenaline weaken the natural immune system. It actually decreases your body's natural defenses and then your body's natural ability to literally defend itself on a daily basis. It affects cognitive function. It particularly impairing levels of higher thinking and reasoning, right? Like
Right.
going back to the dog chasing you, you're not contemplating you're not implementing higher thought and reasoning at that time.
Right.
You're in survival mode, so you stay stuck in that. So it can affect people. It can affect you cognitively. It also affects you from a metabolism standpoint. When your body's in this chronic state of a stress response, cortisol, adrenaline, survival mode. When you stay stuck there in survival mode, your body holds on to and stores fat. Self-preservation. Fat is energy, right? So if you're in this constant survival mode, your body is getting signals: store fat, store fat, store fat, store energy just in case, right? So those are the primary, and obviously increases the risk of, damages the cardiovascular system, so it's ultimately, what these stress hormones do is it causes premature aging of all of your body tissues, all of your organs, all of your systems. It literally accelerates the aging process. It's really nasty stuff. I mean, it's one of the most neglected, yet one of the most significant aspects of creating health, improving human health is I don't like to call it stress management. I like to call it stress mastery, because, a fact of life, right? Sit down for this one. I'm probably going to blow you away. You're already sitting, so that's good. Stress is not going away. It's just not, even after COVID-19 passes, we're all going to be affected by stresses. So now that brings us to, okay, so what do we do about it, right?
Right. Before we get into that,
Yeah.
I want to just take it, if we can, one step a little bit further, because I know you're the guy to talk to about this.
Sure,
And let's
sure.
talk about, what does cortisol do when it hits the bloodstream, and how does it affect cells? How does it affect insulin, and so on and so forth?
Oh gosh. So cortisol, first of all, cortisol is a very pro-inflammatory hormone. And again, it serves a purpose, right? It serves a purpose short term. It's not there by cortisol is not in our bodies by accident, right? But
Right.
when you have this, when your body is just constantly flooded with a hormone like cortisol, first of all, it's very pro-inflammatory. Secondly, from a metabolism standpoint, it creates something called insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is another whole, guys. That's about a 2 to 3 hour conversation. But what it basically does, cortisol, insulin resistance is when the cells of your body become resistant or numb to the effects of insulin, right? So insulin is what transports glucose into the cells of your body, giving your body energy. It basically causes your cells to shut down and doesn't allow them to properly metabolize, create energy, and heal and repair, and that's this accelerated, premature aging process.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for explaining that, because I think
You're
a
welcome.
lot of us, may understand insulin resistance, diabetes, prediabetes, those types of things to some level, but
Right.
not realize how closely related it all is to just really stress being one of
Yeah.
the things in a chronic level. Our bodies are secreting these hormones, and how it accelerates that breakdown of the cells in our body and allows the cells to not want to respond to insulin like they did at one time.
Right.
And knowing some of that can potentially reverse itself if we do something about it, right? So actually we can't just not just stay there sitting, stressing, wishing something's going to change. We have to physically make a change.
Yes.
So what are your
100%.
recommendations to the listeners on what do we got to do? What actions do we need to take?
Yeah. Well, first thing I want you to know is you're not doomed, right? Like there are absolutely very, very well documented, proven strategies to break that cycle, right? And that's really the whole key, is to take time. And really, it's not about the amount of time, but it's all about the consistency of it. To consciously, intentionally, daily take your body and mind out of overdrive, right? So, gosh, disconnecting from technology, turning off the 24-hour news. All right, so folks, listen, I'm not judging. I'm just reporting. We know it affects human health and it affects the mind, especially right now. Like we can get our 24-hour news, boy, they can get their hooks in you and all the kung-kungs and the alerts, right? I totally get it, but it absolutely has a negative effect in keeping your body in that chronic stress response. Getting outside. Oh, Dr. Bob, man, the strategies are really endless. Just taking time to consciously, intentionally disconnect, quiet everything down, slow down, get outside, go for a walk, stretch, keep up with your chiropractic adjustments, prayer, meditation, breathing exercises. One of the things I do, I just like to go lay on my bed. I put on some relaxing music. I go through some guided meditation stuff, and even if it's just 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. If you could fit in more, then great. But just taking time to just shut everything down, disconnect from all kind of like the noise, so to speak, and just slow your body down. What you're doing is you're breaking that cycle. You've got to break that cycle. Gosh, I teach my clients take baths, create like a little spa experience for yourself at home. Classical music is great. Alpha waves. This is a really, really great thing. You could find it on YouTube, Pandora, iTunes, Spotify. They have these, it's called alpha waves, alpha, A-L-P-H-A, alpha waves, like waves at the beach, playlists. And these are specifically composed, it's music, but it's got some like relaxation stuff in the background. It's specifically composed to relax your brain waves and break that chronic cycle of stress. Stretching, yoga, moving your body, getting outside in nature, the strategy from a nutrition standpoint, clean, non-processed, non-refined foods. One of the things that, I've got to think like cars are manufactured, clothes are manufactured, technology is manufactured. Food should not be manufactured. Food should just be food. So eating real, whole, low glycemic, anti-inflammatory food, right? Don't put any kind of chemicals into your body that can affect stress levels, because they absolutely do. Make no mistake about it, they absolutely do. So stress, that's the whole thing, is stress isn't going away. Just what you do isn't nearly important as you do. And picking out consciously, intentionally pockets of time to slow down, disconnect, and putting any of these strategies in play, whatever connects with you. And again, it's not about the amount of time, Dr. Bob, it's about the consistency. I'll give you an example. Which is more beneficial, going to the gym or exercising 1 day a week for an hour, or exercising or going to the gym and moving your body every day for like 10 to 15 minutes? Well, over time, it's the shorter periods of time. It's not about the amount of time. It's all about the consistency. A minute here, 2 minutes there, 5 minutes there. So that's what you can do, and you absolutely can do. And again, this is if you want to create health. If you really want to create health and not age prematurely, this isn't a good idea. This is even beyond important. This is vital. This is critical. It's overlooked and not really discussed, which kudos to you for even bringing this, wanting to discuss this topic, Dr. Bob. You're
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's just one of the reasons why you're awesome.
Thank you. I
You
find,
are,
for us, and I know we've had discussions about this before too, we're always creating.
Yeah.
And our choices are leading us to create something always. Even with not making a choice, we're creating something. So, right? So
it's still a choice.
And there's nothing wrong with relaxing and maybe have a glass of wine and watch a movie, but there is something wrong when you're in quarantine or isolation right now, and that's all you do all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so, our bodies do need to rest. We do need to relax. We do need to calm our minds and our bodies down, as you so beautifully put it. But that can't be all there is to it. We have to get up. We have to move. We have to stay in healthy routines.
Yep.
And I love that, you put it so simple. Like 15 minutes a day is so much better than, 1 hour workout, or maybe even 2 1-hour workouts if the math is up right. But a week. So you've done something to stimulate your body, moved oxygen, nutrients through the cells. Your body's stopping that production of cortisol for that period of time and balancing out the insulin again. And if it's only for a moment, it's for a moment. But with repeated action, then if what you're saying, if what I'm hearing is correct, if we're eating a little bit better, a little bit healthier, we're exercising a little bit, moving a little bit, we're reversing some of the effects of that dump of constant cortisol into our bodies.
100%.
Reversing that chronic state of heightened stress response.
Yeah, 100%. And to take that to another level, how do we get better at anything? We do it, right? How do we get, and that's, and when you do something frequently, you get better at it, right? Like tying our shoes or riding a bike or learning to, you name it, right? The more frequently and consistently that you implement these strategies and you break that cycle, over time, your body gets better and more efficient at breaking that cycle.
Mm.
So it's not like, it's not just for that minute of breathing exercises, that's it. No. That carries on effects, even after that. But the more frequently you do anything, the better you get at it. And the more frequently you do those kind of exercises, your body becomes more efficient at breaking that cycle. It's all about consistency, man. It really, really is.
Just like we're saying, so that you're consistent at making your body rot from the inside out because you're laying on the couch eating poor foods and stressing all day, watching news, drinking too much. You're making choices that are going to lead to a bigger health concern long after the COVID's gone.
Yes, sir. Consistency, Bob, consistency is either a key and a blessing, or it could be a killer as well. It just depends on what you're most consistent with, Right. And and also, we're talking about COVID-19 and being quarantined and stuff like that. Like, also, I think it's important, especially now, to have, there's really kind of 2 paths from a mindset standpoint that you can go at with this. You can either catastrophize this, right? You can catastrophize this. And believe me, you choose to catastrophize this, you will have a laundry list of reasons to support that. But also on the flip side of that, you can also view this as an opportunity, right? It may not be ideal. I get it, right? We all wish that this wasn't going on and everything that goes along with it. 100%. I agree. I'm with you on that one. But it's what we have. And what is. You got to accept it. Accepting doesn't mean liking. Accepting means accepting. It is what it is. You can also view this as an opportunity. You can view this as an opportunity to dial in and, dial in a lot of aspects of self-care, relationships, working on these kind of habits. You could use it as this time to really dedicate yourself, to your relationships, to your family. Really the things that after this is all over, the things that are going to endure.
I love that.
It's a mindset, man. I'm telling you, you know, it really, and the thing about this, and then it's just, either way, you're going to be right. Either way, you're going to be right, because we always prove ourselves right.
Right.
So, choice is yours.
I can't argue with that. You're right.
It's
about
awesome,
that.
man. And let me say, Dr. Bob is when I moved to this area, way back when, Dr. Bob was the very, very first doctor that I met. I was new to the area. I contacted the Hampton Roads Chiropractic Association and no, the Virginia Chiropractic Association, or I forget what it was called at that time. But they said, you're going to Hampton Roads, you're in Virginia Beach, you got to call Bob Lee. So Bob is the chiropractor's chiropractor. Bob is the chiropractor's mentor. And ever since I moved here, Bob has been a mentor and gosh, one of my best friends. So this has really been a lot of fun, man. Yeah.
Those are heartfelt words, and I'm taking it all to heart. Trust me.
Yeah, you should, man. You should. You're awesome.
And look, these are great messages. I know there's so much more you can say and do. I want to keep this at a time frame. People are going to watch it, you know,
sure.
and still want more and want to hear more. So let's do this again. We'll come up with another topic to discuss. Let's do it again 100%. Together. Okay. I know you and you have lectured in my office before, and you know, been a big inspiration to my patients. And when everything's back to us having people in a room all together, learning is always the best way to learn. But for now, let's improvise and keep using this electronic format to try and get this message out, because ultimately I know both of us want nothing more than to have our families, our children growing up in a healthier community, not the path we've been going on. And if this thing wakes us up to that and gets our community back on track, and they can hear some of these messages that maybe they weren't willing to listen to before, then maybe there is something really great that comes out of this, right?
Absolutely, man. 100%. Glad to be here. Anytime. All
right. Thank you so much, Greg. I know you're busy. I really appreciate you taking the time out to do this.
You're welcome.
And let's definitely do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, folks, forward this along to share this with your Facebook friends, family. Share this to your wall. This pertains to all members of our community, and not just our community, but everywhere. So share this post, okay?
Right, and one more point, if I can, and I keep trying to say goodbye, but this is too important. But if you have questions, call us, right? Reach out to us. I mean, you can get in touch with Dr. Greg, and he'll put a link to this. Well, can you do that?
Sure. Yeah. We'll
make your website. Okay, and it's definitely going to be up on my YouTube page as well. This is just too important material. So if you have questions, reach out, and we'll definitely do more stuff. If you want to hear more stuff from us, then let us know, because we have a lot of information to share for sure.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Greg.
Awesome. You're welcome, Dr. Bob. Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right,
all right. Take care.